அடபோச்சே.
So have you ever felt guilty when you were taking a rest? இதை பற்றி தான் நம்ம இந்த எபிசோடில் பேச போகிறோம். எனக்கு வந்து நிறைய தடவை நடந்திருக்குடா. நான் வந்து ரெஸ்ட் பண்ணும்போது, படம் பார்க்கும்போது, பேசிக்கலி ஒன்றும் பண்ணாமல் வெட்டியாக இருக்கும்போது அப்படியே கில்ட்டியாக இருக்கும். நோமேட்டர் நான் இந்த வாரத்தில் எவ்வளோ வேலை செஞ்சுருந்தாலும், எவ்வளோ திங்ஸ் ஐ செக் ஆஃப் மை டு டூ லிஸ்டா, ஆனால் அந்த உட்காந்து ஒன்றும் பண்ணாமல் இருக்கும்போது தான் எனக்கு மனசு அப்படியே உறுத்தம். உனக்கு அந்த மாதிரி நடந்திருக்கா?
இப்போ சமீபத்தில் தான் அந்த மாதிரி எனக்கு நடந்திருக்கு. ஸோ லைக் அந்த 30 வயசு நான் எட்டுற நிலையில் இருக்கிறேன்ல, அப்போ தான் எனக்கு அந்த என்னடா 30 வயசு ஆகுது, ஃபுல் பொட்டென்ஷியலை அச்சீவ் பண்ணுமா இல்லையா அந்த டவுட்டு எனக்குள்ளேயே இருக்குது. ஸோ அந்த பொட்டென்ஷியலை ஃபுல்ஃபில் பண்ணணுங்கிறதுக்காகவே ஐ ஃபீல் கில்ட்டி. ஐ ஃபீல் கில்ட்டி பிகாஸ் ஐ ஃபீல் லைக் பொட்டென்ஷியல் ஃபுல்ஃபில் பண்ணேன்.
எனக்கு வந்து நிறைய தடவை லைக்கா ஓகே, எனக்கு வந்து ஜெனரலி நான் வந்து ஒரு நாளில் ஒரு வாரத்தில் நிறைய இது செஞ்சிருவேன். பட் எனக்கு வந்து எப்போதும் அந்த மைண்ட் செட் இருக்கிற நம்ம ஒரு நிலை அடையணும்னு ஒரு ஆசை இருக்கும். அண்ட் நம்ம வந்து லைக் சே யூ ஆல் வாட்சிங் லைக் அந்த மோட்டிவேஷன் வீடியோஸ் ஆர் ஹியரிங் டு ஸ்பீச்சஸ் ஃப்ரம் அந்த ரொம்ப சக்ஸஸ்ஃபுல்லான பீப்புள். அவங்க எப்போதும் வேலை செஞ்சுக்கிட்டே இருப்பாங்க. அவங்க சோஷியல் மீடியா, அவங்களோட யூடியூப் ஏதாவது லைக் ஆல்வேஸ் க்ளோரிஃபைங் த
waking up early.
Waking up early. No, always show about on the work ethic and the discipline. Not நிறைய பேர் don't mention about the importance of resting and sleeping all that. So இந்த வயசில் யங்கர் ஏஜில் நான் வந்து இதெல்லாம் பார்க்கும்போது அப்படியே மனசில் பிரெயின் வாஷ் ஆகிடுவேன். ஐ திங்க் ஐ காட் பிரெயின் வாஷ் லிட்டில் பி பை இந்த வீடியோஸ்னால லைக் எப்போ வேலை செஞ்சுக்கிட்டே இருக்கணும், ஒரு நிலை அடையணும்னா லைக் த ராக் வாஸ் ஹார்டஸ்ட் ஒர்க்கை இந்த ரூம்னு எப்போதும் அவரோட சோஷியல் மீடியாவில் போடுவார்ல. ஸோ எனக்கு அந்த இது இருக்கணும். யூ ஹேவ் டு அவுட் ஒர்க் யுவர் காம்படிஷன் when they are sleeping you have to work. அந்த மாதிரி இட்ஸ் அ குட் திங் டு அந்த குட் மைண்ட் செட் உள்ளே இருக்க. பட் I've had, and to some extent, I'm facing struggle balancing it. Because sometimes I need to remind myself, no, I need to rest. ஏன்னா அடுத்த நாளுக்கு all I need to function if my health needs to be okay. And ஒரு புருஷனா கடமை, ஒரு மகனா கடமைகள்லாம் செய்கிறதுக்கு you need to rest a bit. You need to give yourself a head space. I need to remind myself that it's nothing wrong taking a rest. Have you had this dilemma before? Like படம் பார்க்கும்போது அந்த dilemma உனக்கு இருந்திருக்கா?
No. எனக்கு வந்து லைக் அந்த 26-27 வயசு வரைக்கும் எனக்கு அந்த டைலமா இல்லை. பிகாஸ் ஐ வாஸ் அண்டர் த இம்ப்ரெஷன் தட் நான் நல்லா தான் பண்ணிக்கிட்டு இருக்கேன். ஏன்னா ஐம் டூயிங் வெல். லைக் ஈவன் வேக்கிங் அப் ஏர்லி முதல்ல சொன்னேன்ல, இஸ் ஆக்சுவலி அ குட் திங். இட்ஸ் டிசிப்ளின். நீ போன ஒரு எபிசோடில் அந்த மாதிரி தான் சொன்னேன். ஸோ இட்ஸ் அ டிசிப்ளின், இட்ஸ் அ குட் திங். அண்ட் I didn't have that dilemma like until I previously mentioned before. The 30 வயசு வருது. இந்த வருஷம் எனக்கு 29.
எனக்கு this year only 29.
This year only 29. Right. Next year 30.
Okay.
Still young lah.
Still young.
Still young lah.
Okay.
But I now have this self-doubt. I don't know, self-doubt வந்து ஒரு நல்ல வார்த்தையை யூஸ் பண்ணுறதுன்னு தெரில. But I have this self-doubt that actually if I fulfill what I need to fulfill, is there something more I can do?
It's a good question. Self-doubt on it.
I mean, vaguely self-doubt nu போடலாம். ஆனால் அதுக்கு ஒரு டீப்பர் மீனிங், அது வந்து லேயர் பை லேயராக பிரிச்சாக்கா செல்ஃப்-டவுட் இல்லை, அது வேறு வார்த்தைன்னு சொல்லலாம். Can't find the right word lah. So now I'm like FIFA விளாடும்போது ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள், இல்லை படம் பார்க்கும்போது சொல்கிற மாதிரி, நான் if I'm not bringing something to the table, is this what I like? I'm thinking, is this right? Is this the way to go forward? Like, அதுதான் இப்போ நான் யோசிக்கிறேன். So I would say life has gotten a bit more boring because of that. But அந்த boringnessனால I'm able to develop my skills, develop my என்னோட basically everything that I do now. So I'm conscious about that. See, இந்த மாதிரி நீ சொன்னல அந்த the doubt and the guilt. But one question I want to ask you before we jump on. You're talking about leaders, influencing and all that. சீனா நாட்டில் வந்து இந்த 996 பாலிசின்னு ஒன்று இருக்குது. அது என்னன்னு தெரியுமா?
Work life balance.
9 to 9 for 6 days.
Oh.
Their work style is 9 to 9 for 6 days. So அவங்க வந்து அந்த மாதிரி அதை வேலை செய்கிறது, இட்ஸ் ஸோ ஸ்ட்ரெஸ்ஃபுல் ஃபார் தேம். பிகாஸ் ஐ ஹவ் நோன் பீப்புள் ஹூ work there. I know some people who work there. They tell me sometimes அங்கே வந்து இளைஞர்களுக்கு வந்து இன்னும் அந்த டெக் கம்பெனிஸில் வேலை செய்கிறாங்களே rest இல்லை. No rest, no... And actually this actually goes down to a deeper layer if you want to open up the can of worms, you know. It's like birth rate is actually affected because of all this.
Oh yeah, actually there's another topic I wanted to discuss.
Yeah.
Maybe in next week or something.
It's if you analyze it right, this selfish mindset, I will really label this as a selfish mindset of to really just, you know, not grind it out as much as possible, right?
Yeah.
It affects a lot of other things like enjoying your life and all that, in my opinion.
Yes. No, but the thing about that, okay, I want to touch on one small thing that you mentioned just now. And then you solirukka, your life has gotten more boring.
Yeah.
I have been asked this question before, and I completely disagree that it's boring. It's not boring. It's perspective. I will find it boring, right? If let's say na 35, 40, and the வயசு அடிச்சிட்ட பிறகு ஒரு மயிரையும் சாதிக்கல, then my life is a waste. Boring life. So for me, right, this in the mindset that I'm talking about, right, I've had it since I was in NS. And that's why I'm always bothered. That's why if they see me, they ask me, why do I always look tired? Why do I always look tired? I'm not physically tired. That's why I can like go to the gym, all that. But mentally, sometimes I'm very tired. I have burnouts. Because my mind just doesn't shut off. I'm not saying it's like, now that I'm not at a nala like The Rock or Elon Musk or something where I'm running like a rocket science company or The Rock, he's like doing everything. And the nala illa. But in the mari மக்கள் இருக்கும்போது, given my base is a normal everyday person's base, right, I need to work 5-10 times as hard, right, to achieve a level. And I'm aware of that. So, and my mind, வேலை is a creative வேலை. I'm doing a creative job for the past
12, 13, 14 years.
Yeah, actually, you know, yeah.
More than a decade.
12 plus. So, the creative burnouts, I think also. So, it just doesn't stop. So, எனக்கு அந்த இது வந்ததுனால, right, so it's like ஒரு like it gets quite tiring. And but the thing is, I don't think it's boring at the same time, because like I am the type of person at the end of the day, right, if I can look back at my day and say I did 10 or 20 things, right, I'm very proud of myself. I'm extremely proud of myself. Like if I can balance my responsibilities as a family member, responsibilities to my house, to my pet, my work, myself, and to my friends, if I can do all that within a day, right, very very proud. So I don't think it's boring. I have a sense of accomplishment in the மாதிரி ஒரு நாள்ல இந்த மாதிரி நிறைய விஷயங்கள் பண்றது. Because I think there's a testament, you'll develop that time management skill, you develop the efficiency. ஏன்னா 24 மணி நேரத்துல வேலை பண்றது, you need to be efficient also. So I don't think it's boring, but it sometimes can get robotic. ஏன்னா நான் வந்து இந்த மாதிரி செயல்கள் செய்யும் போது, right, emotions இல்ல.
Yeah.
Just check.
I label it as boring because the creative burnout no sonala.
Yeah.
I went through that.
Okay.
Before that burnout, right, I honestly was like, heck, I honestly.
Yeah, before the burnout, you were heck.
Yeah, I was like, I didn't have this guilt in that sense,
okay.
right? And the guilt illa, you know, sadikano. I was happy because I'm in the podcast aarambichi. I thought I've achieved what I wanted to achieve. So. On a side note, I'm going to sidetrack here. It's our 3rd year anniversary, so...
Oh, yeah.
3rd, done.
Yes.
3. So, yeah, congratulations. Mother episode நம்ம ஆரம்பிச்சோம். 3 வருஷத்துக்கு அப்புறம் மறுபடியும் எங்க ஆரம்பிக்கிறோம்.
அந்த 2 பேர் திருப்பி வருவாங்க.
ஜூன் மாதம் வந்து வராங்கன்னு சொல்லியிருக்காங்க. ஸோ கீப் அ லுக் அவுட் ஃபார் தட். Javaran sir, if you all are watching this, we are waiting.
Yeah.
Yes. But yeah, so happy anniversary, guys. Happy anniversary, bro. But coming back to the point, the burnout, I really felt it, and I before that, I didn't really have like motivation and all that. In the podcast, when I started listening back to people's feedback, both good and bad, I realized we're actually more, we are here to achieve more than just, getting a paycheck, working that 9 to 5, all that stuff. And actually, இன்னும் செய்யலாம், இன்னும் பண்ணலாம்ங்கிறது. That is why like I enjoy doing the podcast. That is one thing. அது இப்போ 30 வயசுன்னு சொன்னல, இந்த 30 வயசு வரப்போ இல்லை ஏதாச்சும் பண்ணணுங்கிற அந்த வெறி இன்னும் ஏறிக்கிட்டு தான் இருக்குது. But that has made my life boring. Like I completely say it's boring. I honestly say it's boring. You call it robotic. I label it as boring.
I understand your point. ஆனா நான் ஏன் robotic னு சொன்னேன்னா, robotic versus boring, right? Boring is a negative thing, right? Because boring is like no fun, no like there's nothing positive out of it, right?
Social interaction.
So now when the robotic னு சொல்லும்போது is emotionless. Boring is still you feel an emotion. I'm emotionless. Like I've been asked before, like apapa my wife will ask me lah, do you have a good time at the gym? No, actually I don't. I go there 1 hour I have to do, get the fuck out. எனக்கு வந்து ஜிம்ல 1 மணி நேரத்துக்கு மேல I cannot stay.
It's a routine.
It's my lifestyle. It's like சாப்பிடுறது. Do you have fun eating? Like just the act of eating? No. Maybe you're eating with friends having a conversation, then that's the fun thing.
Yeah.
But eating itself is the thing you have to do to survive.
Okay.
You can enjoy your meal once in a while.
Yeah.
But you don't enjoy every meal every day, right?
Yeah.
Same thing. So it's like ஒரு emotional lama is part of my day. I have to go do this. So hence it's robotic. But if you take it out of context, நிறைய பேர் will think it's like boring. Like where's the fun in there? Let's go have a meal or have this and that, and they get fun out of that lah. அது வந்து good. If you can have fun out of all that, it's good.
Then, yeah.
But the problem I have is if I go this all too often, I'm thinking,
my mind,
hey, am I not working hard enough? I need to achieve this, I need to achieve that. How do I
correct.
I'm wasting time here.
That is the mindset I'm having recently. Like I'm really crunching. Like it was really eating me alive. உண்மையை சொல்ல போனாக்கா என்ன உண்மையிலே உள்ளே இருந்து சாப்பிட்டுக்கிட்டு இருந்துச்சு அந்த ஃபீலிங். And I knew I had to take action, and
right.
I think அந்த போரிங் என்னோட ஒப்பீனியன்ல என்னோட போரிங் லைஃப் ஸ்டைல்லேருந்து I think it's going to pay off. It's like investment. That's how I'm looking at it. இன்வெஸ்ட்மெண்ட் வந்து 10 வெள்ளி இன்றைக்கி போட்டாக்கா $1 million நாளைக்கு வரானுங்கிறது. இஃப் யூ பை கிரிப்டோ அண்ட் த கிரிப்டோ டஸ் I don't know 10,000x then yeah lah. But I think it's an investment in you, in yourself.
Yeah.
So it's just going to take some time to pay out. And the payout வந்து வரும். But it's going to take some time. It's just mundane. Mundane.
I think it depends on the people, depends on the person, depends on the sale and the way you approach it. So I won't say it's mundane. அது வந்து ஆளுக்கு ஆளு மாறிக்கிட்டு இருக்கும். Some people will say that இது வந்து you have fun, then you'll make good things. So it really depends on your perspective. But do you have a point? What?
I would say right, Elon Musk would actually enjoy all this. அவருக்கு வந்து இந்த போரிங்காக இருக்காருங்கிறது என்னோட ஒப்பீனியன்.
I don't know lah.
You know why? He is a full entrepreneur. The PayPal and tech guy lah. There some people who live for this kind of a kick. இந்த மாதிரி ஒரு கிக்குக்காக they really live. நான் வந்து I was always bringing it back to the point. I've always been a guy who respected the rest time. I've always been a guy who like wanted to rest, make sure I have my 8 hours sleep. அது வந்து ஆர்மி போனப்போ அது really drilled it in. அது வந்து ஈவன் 8 மணி நேரம் கண்டிப்பாக தூங்கணும், கண்ணுக்கு கீழே ஐபேக்லாம் இருக்கக்கூடாது. I was really even ஃபுட்பால் கேம் வந்து வீடியோ காலில் இருந்துச்சுன்னா நான் தூங்கிட்டு எந்திரிச்சு பார்க்குறேன். அது முன்னே that's how I miss the Liverpool versus Barcelona game, the greatest game of all life. So I really gave importance to sleep. After I've had these feelings and all that, right, I started losing sleep. To be very honest, I got up earlier, I started working earlier and all that stuff. Have you ever faced this kind of a situation?
For me, right, I think previous episode சொன்ன மாதிரி நான் வந்து தூக்கம் wasn't given much importance. ஒரு அளவுக்கு தூங்கணும், ரொம்ப தூங்கக்கூடாது. That's what I always have been taught. So to me, right, if நிறைய things happen in my day, sleep is the first thing I'm happy to sacrifice. I don't know why. எனக்கு வந்து I'm the type of person my mom will beg me to sleep. Because I'm not saying it is like நான் உழைப்பாளி அந்த மாதிரி சொல்ல, but I will stay up and play game, I'll stay up and watch movie, ஆனால் தூங்க மாட்டேன். I don't know why. அந்த மாதிரி தான். ஆனா வயசு ஆக ஆக my body needs the sleep. I can feel it. Especially as a guy, right? 21 was my peak. 21 to 24. I think I felt I was physically at my peak. After that, 25 I felt a significant dip. 28 another dip. 30 major dip. So அதனால I can feel like my body recovery has slowed down a little bit more. அதுக்கு you need to take care of the minute details lah. அந்த சில சாப்பாடு, சாப்பிடுற நேரம், தூங்குற நேரம். I can manage all that because I've been into gymming and all that. So I can do damage control to some extent lah. Because I'm aware of the patterns all that. ஆனா அந்த restன்னு பார்த்தா, right? I don't feel guilty. I used to feel guilty resting. இப்ப I treat it as something that is needed. I treat it as like fuel like that. In order to, I use rest to chase my goals also.
Okay.
I'm not using rest as an excuse to just sit idly and do nothing.
Okay.
Because I think rest is only useful if on the rest that you allow yourself to recuperate, mentally recharge, so that that time that you take out of rest, it can be used productively in the coming days, coming hours ahead. Ana, that also requires discipline for me. Because now I am not used to being free. Because now நிறைய வருஷத்துக்கு I've been working multiple jobs and after work do my own projects and weekends do my own projects, and then do that every day. So the only rest time I had was like உங்களோட FIFA விளையாடுறது, which is like more 2 hours. Game also எனக்கு ரொம்ப நேரம் விளையாடுறது கண்ணு வலிக்கும்.
Yes.
So I only get that 1-2 hours of rest. And அப்பப்போ படம் பார்க்கும் போதும் when I'm FIFAing or whatever, right, my mind is still thinking about things. So that's the problem with my job, creative job, right? I'm always thinking about ideas or new ways to do things until I cannot
stop thinking.
I just cannot stop. Like for example, அப்பப்போ தூங்க போவேன், and then one idea will come on my head, and I wake up, I write on my phone, I go back to sleep. So that I don't lose the idea.
அதுதான் என் பிரச்சனை. என்ன தெரியுமா, இந்த பாட்காஸ்ட்க்கு வந்து நான் டாபிக் நம்ம யூஸ்
random times.
Random time. I want அன்னைக்கு இட்ஸ் a very funny thing lah. கக்கூஸ்ல இருந்தேன்டா. கக்கூஸ்ல வந்து இருந்தப்ப, கக்கூஸ்ல இருக்கிறப்ப I thought of a very interesting topic. And I was like, இது நல்லா இருக்கு. Immediately type it down and put it in.
Do you think the best ideas are generated in the toilet?
Yes.
I was asking the audience.
Yes.
Let us know. I actually think so.
It's like, there's a connection to the
I don't know why.
It's a connection to the fecal matter, to the brains.
End-to-end. So, like, okay, honestly, the time where I got purely distracted, purely allowed myself to rest, right, we say when I go to the cinema. அதனால தான் I make it a point to go to the cinema once in a while.
I have a theory, right? I'm not enjoying the Marvel Cinematic Universe right now. I went to watch Guardians.
You watched Guardians 3, yeah?
பார்த்துட்டேன். 89p13 பார்த்துட்டேன். ஆனால் பார்த்தப்ப எனக்கு மூவி பிடிச்சிருந்துச்சு. But back in my head, I was thinking, what can I do with this time, என்ன பண்ணிடுறேன். I low-key think, right, I'm not enjoying the Marvel Cinematic Universe because of the mindset I have right now.
So I had that, right, when I was watching TV shows at home. Like Mandalorian, all.
Okay.
This was the longest munno kai adichukitten actually. So this was the longest I took to finish Mandalorian series.
Right.
I finished only 1 month after you all finished.
Do you know how I watch the series or not?
Doing work.
You know how I watch series? I work, I put the thing at the background, I just listen any important parts. Idu nalla irukku, then I just doing.
I can't do that.
I can. I can multitask. I know I'm good. I can multitask.
Because for me the problem, right, is for my job I can't do that.
Okay.
Because my job is not a technical job.
Right.
I need to be mentally, not taking away from your job. But your job, it's a bit more logistical. You need to make sure things are set up also, right?
It's a bit of both. It's a bit of a mental thing and it's a bit of a technical thing. Ana, it's more of like how I do it. Because when I'm usually doing the mental stuff, right, I'm doing that, but I just have that in the background. So it's sort of like
those
keeping
in the background, but it can't be new content.
Yeah, so for me it's like old content actually. Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Yeah, old content again.
And the downstairs and the la 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 la.
Yeah, I pudu content I cannot.
I can.
Pare content I can.
I can.
Because I need to think of creative ideas, but then I half paying attention here, then my full bandwidth is not here.
Because for me, right, sometimes the creative ideas, right, அது வந்து ரெஸ்ட் எடுக்கிறனாலையும் வரும். But when I'm actually looking at all this stuff, right, then it keeps me thinking in that sense. So I get new ideas from there. So அந்த பெர்ஸ்பெக்டிவ்லேருந்து என்னால் முடியும் மல்டிடாஸ்க் பண்ணுறது and actually watch. I mean, if the flip side என்னன்னா, I'm not fully watching the show. So if you ask me anything about Mandalorian now, right, எனக்கு சத்தியமா I only remember fragments of it. But if compared to someone who have watched the whole series, I wouldn't know.
We mentioned about this resting. I want to touch on the motivational videos. A lot of the motivational videos online, they keep mentioning like you must work, you must work this number of hours. Sleep is for the
week
day, sleep is for the week, sleep is for the day. Work. Wake up at 5.
That's one I saw. There's 24 hours in a day. Use it wisely. Even if you do like 9 to 5 as work and all that, 12 hours is gone.
Actually, that's how I approach my time.
Make use of the 12 hours. Make use of the last 12 hours.
Yeah, that's how I approach my time, honestly.
I think it's okay. But I don't think you should. In my opinion, it's not to be glorifiable when it's coming from like a motivational factor.
I think because that speech that I heard, Arnold said it. That speech that I heard changed my life. I'll explain why after I finish this point. So, they keep glorifying the work that you do on the YouTube videos, all that, right? So, they don't emphasize on the rest, which is important. Very few, like maybe out of 10 motivational videos, one will tell you that rest is important. Take care of your little things, and they will give you more fuel in the long run.
Correct.
So, and I think that is a crucial aspect about people chasing their goals in the long run. Because if you're chasing our goals, right, it's not something, for most people, it's not something that can be done overnight. You need to keep working, failing, falling down, getting up, trying and doing it again. So I think you need a certain amount of rest, you need a certain amount of mental energy also.
Keeps the brain fresh.
Yeah, and sleep is essential in order to function well.
Correct.
So I think, and the rest is important also. So I think people shouldn't feel guilty if they are resting, but you need to touch your heart and know you earn the rest also.
You're not, it's not like, na day job panniten. I mean you can, right? It's to each
your perception, your goals.
Yeah.
But if you feel guilty when resting, just be honest with yourself. I think that's the only way to solve the problem. If let's say you ever are taking a rest and then you feel guilty, should I be resting? Just honestly reflect. Do you do what you want to do? What do you have left? And will the rest help you function in the long run? I think that is what என்னை பொறுத்த வரைக்கும் will help you answer the question about whether you should feel guilty for resting or not, in my opinion.
To be very honest, right, if you're going to be feeling guilty about something, there's a reason why. Laziness. And laziness when you're feeling guilty about you're resting and all that. There's a form of laziness there because like you didn't do something. Procrastination and laziness comes in here.
How does laziness come in here?
I'll give you an example. I was a lazy fucker.
Okay.
When I was younger. I still am, I think. But I want to achieve something, but I keep procrastinating and I'm too lazy to do something about it. Then I feel guilty.
Oh, okay.
So I don't manage my time well. I don't manage. I used to work function that way, right? And to me, I found out the root cause is laziness. Underlying factor is I'm lazy to just reach what I want. And the seriousness புரிஞ்சோனே அந்த laziness eliminate பண்ணீங்கன்னா அந்த guilt கொஞ்சம் போயிடும். Because and the laziness is your stopping factor to achieving what you want to achieve.
Okay. Now going back to your time management,
12 hours.
That speech that Arnold said actually changed my life. You know why? And I told this to Sharif before, and Sharif actually was like, oh yeah, true. Okay, you got 24 hours in a day, right? A lot of people are under perception that let's approach it as from a simple perspective of you want to work out 1 hour or 2 hours a day, a few times a week. Nera peru who do on the day jobs, right? They say that they don't have enough time. Let's break it down. You work a 9 to 6, 9 hours of a day, gone. 24 hours, right? So 24 minus 9, you have 15 hours left. If let's say you sleep 7 hours a day, so 15 hours minus 7, you get 8 hours left. 8 waking hours left. You have your day job, you got your sleep done, you have 8 waking hours left. If let's say நீங்க வந்து வேலைக்கு travel பண்றீங்கன்னா, you let's say you live far away.
2 hours, 3 hours.
Let's just put it as 3. Let's just inflate it. There's 3 hours. You have 8 hours left and you minus the 3 hours of traveling time. You still have 5 hours left.
You see,
what do you do in those 5 hours?
If you put it in that perspective, where you include the 7 hours as rest time, right? Then ஒத்துக்கிறேன். But with their motivational speakers, கொஞ்ச நாளைக்கு முன்னாடி I heard this speech lah. அந்த டைமிங் சொன்னார்ல, அவங்க என்ன சொன்னாங்கன்னா, அந்த ஸ்லீப் வந்து keep it last. You know, even if it's like 4 hours or 5 hours, keep it last. But make sure you wake up every day at 6 or 7. Get some exercise in, and then start your day. You'll feel refreshed. So my point is, right, on the sleep, நீ சொல்ற point இருந்து it completely makes sense when you factor in the rest time.
Yes.
It completely makes sense. But if you factor in the rest time as your last point, as a last resort, achieve everything first, then rest, right? I think it's a no for me in that sense.
I would say.
Because rest equals more productivity. That's how
it's true. Humans function.
Yeah.
On a chemical level,
that's how we function. Yeah.
So, I mean, just to touch on my point, with that 5 hours left, right? There's a lot of time.
Can do a lot.
That's why you can do a lot of things.
Learn a language, go gym.
Yeah.
Make biryani.
Yeah. It's basically a lot of times. And the travel time also, you can incentivize it further.
True.
So that's how I say Arnold's speech changed my life. We can do a whole episode time management in the future. Actually, something I really want to talk about because it's a point of interest. And I think it'll be helpful to a lot of people. Not saying that we have achieved a lot of things, but certain things, best practices have worked for me. And I think being everyday people, I will help other everyday people also.
I tell you, I optimize my time management so sweet, right? I can tell you, like, it's perfect. It's perfect in that sense. Unless there's just 1 or 2 anomaly where work comes in. That is different. But going back, to the point, do you consider resting? இப்போ நான் சொன்னேன்ல, rest equals productivity. I want to broaden this out. Do you consider rest equals productivity, or do you think rest is not needed?
I wouldn't say productivity, but I would say it's a necessity. I would say it's a necessity.
தேவை, அது ஒரு தேவை.
அது ஒரு அடிப்படை தேவை.
Okay.
In a broad sense, it can equal to productivity, but I am resting because it's ஒரு மனுஷனுக்கு அடிப்படை தேவை. So rest பண்ணி தான் ஆகணும். Even if it doesn't have to do with productivity, right, on a chemical level, even if I'm not being productive, if I don't rest, I'll feel like shit. Like you'll feel lethargic, you'll feel like your hands are sore, mood swing. Yeah. So even if you're not doing much, you might not be able to do anything at all if you don't rest. So basic function will get impaired if you don't rest. So I understood that. So ஒரு level of, and to me it required maturity to think like that, because last time I was the first one, I don't need sleep lah. Fuck that lah. I just do shit. I wasn't even being productive. I just watching movie honestly. But I don't need sleep lah. Wake up lah, I go lah. And the மாதிரியே யோசிச்சுட்டு இருந்தேன். Then over a few times I ended up getting insomnia, then I fucked everything out. So I actually went to the deep end. I had insomnia. So ஒரு வாரத்துல I only slept for like 2 hours.
Right.
And those 2 hours, 1 hour is like, Edward Norton said this in Fight Club. When you have insomnia, you're never asleep, nor are you awake.
Yeah.
I always felt this thing where
zombie zone.
For months. For months. My body that time was a mess. Because there's this period where I was bulimic.
Right.
So I was puking out whatever I ate. I was like 60 kilos at my height.
Right.
Body no water. Insomnia because chemically I was fucked. Then my doctor told me, daughter lah, doctor. So my doctor come and tell me, you do like this, you need IV drip permanently. So then like, oh really? Okay. Then after that I went to the extreme, man. Every day max and I sleep. I used to have serious issues with food and sleep lah, bro.
You still have one thing lah. You have issues.
Okay. I have different comic book issues now. No, I mean, but it was all learning points. Because now it's a fear.
Yeah.
Now not sleeping is a fear for me.
You know, I think நம்ம போன எபிசோட்ல சொல்லிருக்கோம். I was insomniac during the uni days. I can go. அப்பெல்லாம் எனக்கு okay. You know, body like it's my peak lah, my peak body. இப்போ வந்து ஒரு நாள் நான் வந்து ஃபுட்பால் கேம் எந்திரிச்சு பார்க்குறேன்ல, ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள் தூங்கி எந்திரிச்சு பார்த்தாலும் மறுநாள் கோயாக் finish.
See, now, okay, I think it's a fun story for the near girls. So WWE வந்து it's a wrestling company lah, wrestling basically. அவங்க வந்து ஒரு ஷோ போடுவாங்க ஒரு வருஷத்துல ஒரு தர சவுதி அரேபியாவில். அந்த ஷோ வந்து சிங்கப்பூர் நாட்டில் ஒரு 2-3 மணிக்கு ஆரம்பிக்கும், 5 மணிக்கு தான் முடியும். ஒரு தரம் நானும் இவனோ ட்ரை பண்ணோம் பார்த்து முடிச்சிட்டோம். ஆனால் அந்த தூக்கத்துலேருந்து ரிகவர் பண்ண 3-4 நாள் எடுத்துச்சு. I still remember day, I still never recover from the show டா. பெருசாக நாம் போய் சண்டை போட்ட மாதிரி முழிச்சுக்கிட்டு பார்த்துட்டு இருந்தோம், அவ்வளோதான்.
Please do not try this at home.
So yeah, it goes to show that sleep is very, very important.
It is.
And you know, the thing about the sleep, right? There's this sleep and your eating time. The first meal and your last meal. These things affect this thing called your circadian rhythm.
Yeah. So
people can go Google about that and find out more. And the rhythm is how your heartbeat and your bodily functions are regulated. So they always say it doesn't matter what time you sleep, honestly, in my opinion, as long as it's a stable time. It's a stable pattern for your body to adjust to, then it will help with your functions, like your mood, function, everything is regulated.
I mean, it's good if you sleep like before the 3-4 a.m. Like it's good for your body in that sense.
I mean, okay, to tie into the fact about, I don't know about that, honestly.
I saw a video on this.
I seen benefits where they say wake up just before the sun rises, or wake up as the sun rises. அது வந்து கொஞ்சம் யோகாசனம் சார்ந்த ஒரு டாபிக். அந்த சூரிய நமஸ்காரம் செய்யணும்னு சொல்லுவாங்க.
Good sunlight on you is
ஸோ அது ஏன் சூரியன் உதிக்கிற நேரத்தில் பார்த்து செய்ய சொல்லுவாங்கன்னா, எனக்கு வந்து இது பற்றி முழுசாக தெரியாது, கொஞ்சம் படிச்சுட்டு போய் அடுத்த எபிசோடில் சொல்கிறேன். ஆனால் எனக்கு தெரிஞ்சு சூரிய நமஸ்காரம்னு ஒரு யோகாசன முறை இருக்குது. அதை செஞ்சு அவங்க சொல்லுவாங்க உடலுக்கு ரொம்ப நல்லதுன்னு. ஆனால் எந்த விதத்தில் எனக்கு அவ்வளோவா இன்னும் தெரியல. அதை படிச்சுட்டு வரணும். மேபி அடுத்த வாரம் படிச்சுட்டு சொல்கிறேன். ஒரு டிக்டாக்ல போட்டுடலாம் மேபி. So but if you're like curious, Google about it or let us know. We obviously dumbos about it now.
No, I mean, என் உடம்பை பார்த்தாக்கா யோகா பண்ணுற உடம்பு மாதிரி இல்லை.
You will never know, you know.
இல்லை,
the yoga is balance, core strength and focus.
You repeat what you just said.
Balance. Right. Okay, புரிஞ்சிட்டு.
I'm easily falling down. I'm easily
I stand corrected. I realized my mistake.
So, I mean, because I tried once. Katam.
Okay.
இழுத்ததுதான், அவ்வளோதான், ஃபுல் பெட்டர்.
But I think honestly it's something that you should do, because yogasana வந்து like, you know, a lot of athletes there's a difference in performance after the athletes did yoga.
Don't get me wrong, there is a difference. Bigger size people can do yoga. So பார்த்துருக்கேன் யூடியூப்ல.
ப்ராக்டிஸ் எடுக்கலாம்ல.
ஆனால் அது ரொம்ப ப்ராக்டிஸ் எடுக்கும். And it's good for your muscles and அது basically
overall integrity.
warm upனு சொல்லுவாங்கல்ல. அந்த warm up எக்ஸசைஸ் பண்ணுறதுக்கு முன்னாடி warm up பண்ணணும்னு சொல்லுவாங்கல்ல. Stretch out your muscle. So yogasana வந்து if I'm understanding correctly, right, is to actually activate the muscles and, you know, make sure they are moving, and it's
functional. It's very functional. So yogasana has to do, please correct me if I'm wrong or don't whack me if I'm wrong. எனக்கு தெரிஞ்சு is about bodily function, your body functioning as a whole, improves your core,
connecting,
helps with nerves, feelings,
correct,
connected with your body basically.
Feeling connected with your body. அதுதான். So I mean, it'll be interesting. We actually interview someone who's doing yoga and actually get them to explain to us.
It's a good idea.
Yes, I know it's a good idea.
Please write this down later.
வேணாம்
digital எல்லாம் டெக்னாலஜி பையன் கண்டுபிடிச்சிட்டான்.
So that's the thing இப்போ நம்ம ultimately rest முக்கியம் அப்படின்னு நம்ம சொல்றோம்.
Yes.
Should you feel guilty about resting? Our answer is no.
But everybody will have their own answer. But be honest with yourself.
True. If you feel like you're not being productive and all that, அதை பற்றி என்ன பண்ண முடியும்னு போய் பாருங்க. Go do a mind map, do something that actually works for you. But ரெஸ்ட் பண்ணிட்டு பண்ணுங்க. அதை தான் நான் சொல்லுவேன். நல்லா ரெஸ்ட் பண்ணிட்டு பண்ணுங்க. தூக்கம் முக்கியம் மக்கள்ஸ்.
Yes. So please let us know about your thoughts about this question. ஏன்னா இந்த கொஸ்டின் நிறைய பேரோட மனசை உறுத்தம். எங்களுக்கு தெரிஞ்சு உறுத்துனெல்லாம் உங்களுக்கு நல்லது தான். ஏன்னா you don't need to worry about this.
You're living a நல்ல வாழ்க்கை. You're living a நல்ல வாழ்க்கை.
Please remind yourself that it's a good thing. The main thing, right, is if நீங்கள் என்ன செஞ்சாலும் உங்களோட மனசில் திருப்தி இருந்தால், உங்களுக்கு சந்தோஷம் இருந்தால், அதுதான் முக்கியம். Obviously இந்த மாதிரி கேள்வி எங்கள் மனசில் வந்துச்சுன்னா we are obviously not happy with what we are doing. அதனால தான் அந்த கேள்வி வருது. ஆனால் உங்களுக்கு இந்த கேள்வி வரல means there's nothing wrong. Honestly, you're happy with your life and that is ultimately the thing that everybody is chasing. Peace and happiness. உங்களுக்கு அது இருந்தால் I'm very very happy for you. Please tell me how.
ஃபோன் பண்ணி சொல்லுங்கள்.
So yeah, I think with that we can probably conclude the episode. So 3 anniversary. In the 3 years we obviously noticed our transition from a different air horn intro to the Marvel music intro to இப்போ
we're going to change it soon.
Yeah, we'll be changing it soon along with our DP and everything. So நம்ம so thank you for sticking with us for the past 3 years. Now we decided to take it a step further and நிறைய பேர் கேட்டிருக்காங்க video content and all that. So அதனால தான் we are doing this video format very consistently nowadays, and that's going to be the way we are going to be doing it now. And the reason why நீங்கள் notice that வேறு எபிசோடில் வேறு பேக்ரவுண்ட் இருந்திருக்குன்னா because we are testing out different studios and all that until we finally decide எதில் நம்ம நிரந்தரமாக இருக்க போகிறோன்னு. So thanks for sticking with us. Enjoy the different backgrounds. And சொன்ன மாதிரி நம்ம டிக்டாக்ல ஒவ்வொரு நாளும் போஸ்ட் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கோம், சோஷியல் மீடியாவில் அடிக்கடி போஸ்ட் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கோம், யூடியூப்லேயும் இந்த எபிசோட் போகும். ஸோ ப்ளீஸ் stay tuned with our socials. Drop us a comment if உங்களுக்கு ஏதாவது questions, ஏதாவது feedback இருந்தால் please let us know and we'll be happy to take it into account. So yeah, thank you for sticking with us and we look forward to many more years with you guys.
ஏன்டா அவங்க ஸ்டிக்கரா ஸ்டிக் பண்ணுறதுக்கு
எபிசோடு நிறுத்துடா.